Good morrow and welcome, gentles all. I'm your host for this evening, Captain Spartacus, and I want to thank you for joining me for tonight's very first installment of Hometown Heroes Presents the Cheese of the Month Club. Now, tonight's spotlight cheese is the tangy, fruity, sturdy Irish whiskey cheddar. We'll be discussing some of its finer points, as well as the process that goes into making and crafting such a culinary masterpiece. So thank you all, really, for joining me tonight. This idea was born out of a trip to the grocery store. I saw that my local grocery store had about 100 different cheeses, and it looked like a lot of fun, so I thought we could just make these little short Cheese of the Month Club videos. You can get some fun information, and we can just have a laugh. So, without further ado, let's get right into the cheese. Now, the thing that's interesting about the cheddar is that it gets its name from the process that makes it. So when you collect the cheese curds, cheddar is made by stacking 50% of the cheese curds on top of itself and letting it rest for about 10 to 15 minutes. So you might be familiar with a Colby Jack cheese that you can buy in your normal cheese aisle. Not something as artisanal as this, but it has those swirls, orange and sort of cream swirls, and that's made from the cheddaring process. So that's how we have this little beauty. So after the cheese has been cheddared, it takes about an 8-hour whiskey bath that gives it its nice straw color, and then it matures for anywhere from 2 to 3 months to up to 9 months, depending on where you buy your cheese from. One thing that's interesting to note during that process is that you can have a nice wax rind like we have here. It's kind of hard to see. There we go. We have a nice black wax rind, or you can let the cheese age just naked, au naturel, if you will. The two differences being that if you have a wax rind, you're sealing the cheese. There's no mold or anything that can get in there. If you were to age the cheese au naturel, then you have the potential for blue mold or to be inside, or for mold to grow on the outside. Now you can control the mold on the outside with a salt and vinegar sort of composition. And if blue mold does grow on the inside, that just adds to the flavor profile of the cheddar. I found that really, really fascinating. So we have this. It's a softer cheese. It's not particularly soft. It's at room temperature right now, and I would say it's like a medium firmness. But it is a smooth, kind of semi-firm, robust cheese. It has a really, really nice flavor, a really smooth flavor. It's tangy, nutty, kind of sweet. And so I have here, displayed on the plate, some things that might complement or contrast that. We have a nice summer sausage, as well as your classic Triscuits. I tried to get something without a whole lot of flavor so that it wouldn't muddy the cheese. I also have some fresh strawberries, and fresh meaning I bought them today. And of course, whenever you have fancy cheese, you need some Grey Poupon. So that's what I have, some Grey Poupon. So let's check this cheese out. Now, the tang that I'm getting is very akin to the sort of tang you get with a strawberry. So pairing these two, I think, would be a really great complement. You're sort of doubling down on the sweet and the tang. Yeah, getting a lot of mostly the sweet and the tang. That's probably, I would say the tang is the strongest flavor that's coming through. It's very smooth on the mouthfeel. Now let's pair these together. Really great pairing. You get sort of the light and the crisp from the strawberry, and a little bit more of the hearty, right? Sort of the heavy of the cheese. Still very creamy. The strawberry really lightens it up, and the tang does complement each other. I like that very, very much. Let's try a bit of the cheese with the summer sausage here. Now you do have quite a bit of salt from the sausage and from the cheese itself. The sausage doesn't overpower the cheese, although the sausage does have a very strong flavor. You still get a lot of tang, and the smoothness, the smooth texture of the whiskey cheddar really adds to the texture of the sausage. Now, I don't know if I'm particularly getting a really strong whiskey flavor that you might get with some other whiskey cheddars. But it is a very nice flavor. I would say a robust cheese. It's very smooth, very tangy. It's great with the fruit, and I like it a lot. So thank you very much, good gentles, for joining me for tonight's very first installment of Hometown Heroes Presents the Cheese of the Month Club. I have been your host, Captain Spartacus, and until next time, adieu.